WBO orders Michael Katsidis to defend his title against Juan Diaz. Here comes some stuff to keep the title off the titles off Casamayor. Listen to this to keep the lightweight titles off Yoel Casamayor. We got Katsidis defending against Juan Diaz possibly. Then Don King, Diaz's promoter, Juan Diaz's promoter, is wanting to put Diaz versus Julio Diaz. Juan versus Julio.
Yeah, in a unification fight. Yeah.
And Campbell on the undercard with the winners facing each other. If you do that, let Campbell fight Casamayor.
Yeah, so therefore Casamayor.
But then there's also a possibility that Campbell could fight Julio Diaz instead, and Juan Diaz fight this Katsidis, then those two fight each other, leaving Casamayor out in the dust.
Yeah, of course. As always.
Casamayor's best bet would be, I guess, get in line in the WBC where Morales should beat David Diaz, and then Morales is going to vacate that title.
He's going to retire, I'm sure.
And if he doesn't...
I don't really see him being willing to take on Casamayor.
I don't either.
Because, I mean, way too much of a risk. And not a lot of reward for it.
Nope.
Not a lot of money. There's more people who can fight for much better money.
And it's just insulting to Casamayor. It's also insulting to Diego Corrales, who Casamayor beat. Corrales was considered the best guy at the division. Casamayor beat him. He's the best guy at the division, right? So they're insulting the late Diego Corrales by not letting Casamayor get these fights.
Absolutely.
They're spitting on the grave of Corrales, basically. So and Casamayor versus Campbell, getting back to that, that'd be a good rematch.
Yeah, rematch.
Campbell should want that fight to revenge that loss he has.
He definitely
which he
does.
wouldn't, but he wouldn't avenge the loss, but
he'd lose again.
He'd get another.
Definitely.
Probably more one-sided since Campbell, I don't know, I just think it'd be a more one-sided fight.
A lot of people had that a close fight. I had it 7-3 for Casamayor. I thought he clearly won, but some people actually had it even. Didn't see how that was possible, but whatever.
It could be probably like 9-1 the next time, but... Anyhow,
well, it'd be a 12-round fight. For one.
Oh, yeah. So, well,
never know, though. Some of these fights have been put in for 10 rounds.
Never know what they're going to do.
Anyway.
Oh, yeah, and the Guzman versus Casamayor fight possibly rescheduled for August 11th.
Good. We need a fight for that date. So.
Very possible. The HBO people are wanting that fight.
Good.
So, yeah. Oh yeah, and Campbell is going to be fighting July 6th too. So.
On Friday night fight.
Friday night fight. So. Moving on, the Cuban Olympian heavyweight that's pro now, Adleti or Solis, Solis going to be fighting June 16th against a guy that's 10-1 with 2 knockouts, but the guy's 10-1. That's pretty good for a second fight, even if he hasn't fought anyone. Alexei Mazikin, if you care, you don't. I don't.
Hopefully.
Should be another devastating knockout for Solis, probably.
Yeah, and maybe hopefully he'll come in better shape this time. Get his weight down a little.
Needs to start getting that weight back down.
Yes.
I know you were off for however long, a year or two.
Yeah, 2 years,
Come on, lose some weight. It shouldn't take you 2 years to lose it.
No.
Okay. Whatever that. Okay, speaking of heavyweights, heavyweight prospects, Alexander Povetkin, the German or Russian I believe, Olympian, is now 11-0. He's fighting the May 26th bout. If he wins that, which he should, he's fighting some bomb. After that, fighting Monty Barrett in June. Which he'd be 12-0 fighting against Monty Barrett.
Yeah.
That's
definitely.
That's a good step up.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
pretty fast for Monty Barrett for that level of opposition, but
Yeah, and
probably a loss.
yeah.
If not, if Barrett loses that,
Definitely needs to retire.
pack it in.
Yes,
Go home.
definitely. Because that'll be a good.
Because that's the fight. That's the guy you lose to right before Evander Holyfield comes knocking, or Tommy Morrison it may be.
Yeah, I doubt that.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, Monty Barrett.
He can't even handle the guy he fought last without getting broke ribs. Apparently.
That's true. So anyhow, maybe not that dramatic, but yeah, still time to pack it in.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyhow, Giovanni Segura going to be fighting June 8th against Cesar Canchilla
On Telefuture.
who's 22-1 with 17 knockouts. So seems to be a power guy. I don't really know, but
Definitely a good opponent for Segura to be fighting.
probably a power guy with that kind of record. But winner gets the vacant flyweight title shot against someone. So should be Segura.
Yeah, so Segura, up and coming,
Exciting fighter.
about to get the title, one of the titles, so good for him. Yeah.
And finally, Joe Calzaghe claims he's wanting to fight Taylor the most. Then the next person he's kind of focusing on, if he can't work out a Taylor fight, is Kessler, maybe, or the Hopkins Wright winner, which he seems to think will be Hopkins. Calzaghe kind of focusing on Taylor, Kessler, and Hopkins. Nothing really.
We'll have to see where that leads.
Yeah, it's getting a little tiring talking about Calzaghe and who the hell he's going to fight next.
We've been talking about it for a while, so
Yeah, I'd like to see something actually just go ahead and get signed.
definitely.
And not Dennis Incan.
No.
Yeah, that's going to be the shows this week. BoxingForReal@gmail.com. See ya.